Okay, so are SRT4s reliable? I'd say so. It depends quite a bit on the owner before you know, who you're buying it from, and kind of how the owner before them treated it too. But if you find one that is relatively stock and not beat the piss, or one that's built and done right, they're actually really reliable cars. I have only twisted an axle on this and had to replace the wheel bearing, and I've had no other mechanical issues on this at all, and I've put 20,000 miles on it almost. I'm at 112,000 miles almost now to today's date, but they're relatively reliable. It's just the upkeep on them. People got to take care of them. If you're thinking about buying one, some common issues are the trannies in these. A lot of them have issues. People don't change the fluid in them, and they're known, the third gear synchro is known to go out on them. So that's something you want to definitely check. I say when you're test driving it, literally slam through the gears, slam through them. Don't be, you know, hesitant on it, because like sometimes it'll do it, you know, upshift, downshift, especially third. First and fifth are kind of, sometimes they go out too, but third is the main problem with these. And just bang through gears, and if it grinds, then I mean it's working its way out, you know. But other common problems, and say turbo seals go out sometimes. I would see when you start it to make sure the car is not smoking at all or anything, because you don't want it to be smoking. You know, make sure it runs fine, doesn't have any misses or anything. If you're looking for, if you're, you know, live up north, you want to check for rust. Really common rust spot around the quarter panel there. That's usually where they rust. Also the running board, if you take off the running board there, that's where a lot of rust or a lot of salt and water tend to sit, and it starts to rust it out, and you don't see it because it's got that plastic piece there. So you want to take that running board off and check that. Get underneath the car and look too. You know, the wheel bearings in these tend to go out. Same for the axles, because it's a higher horsepower front wheel drive car. I would check that too. Interior, usually interior is fine. Sunroofs in these are kind of known to go out, and also I check for paint fade, because that was probably half the size when I owned it 2 years ago, or when I got it 2 years ago, and I waxed the car, you know, every 2 or 3 months, so it's not going to get any better. So keep that into consideration. But if you're looking at getting one, I'd recommend it. It's got 4 doors, nice, I mean, relatively spacious for a sports car. Got nice fuel economy, a decent amount of power, and it's kind of a nice all in between. Good daily driver, as long as, like I said, as long as you find one that hasn't been beat the piss and one that's actually taken care of. And that's the main thing, because a lot of younger kids own these and they just don't take care of them. And if you're buying one with like a big turbo or like a bunch of mods on it, make sure it's done right, because I hate when people are like, oh, the car, this is the worst car I've ever owned. It's always having problems. Well, if you skimp from the beginning and you don't do things right, of course it's going to have problems, you know. But that's just kind of my take on, you know, kind of common issues and owning an SRT4.